दोस्तों मैं हूं आरजे राजीव। यहाँ वॉशिंगटन डीसी के सुनो ऑडियो स्टूडियो से लेके आ रहा हूं आपके लिए एक और एपिसोड ऑफ दिल से विद आरजे राजीव एंड आरजे रितु। हमारे दिल से आपके दिल तक। आज का प्रोग्राम बहुत दिनों के बाद मैं लेके आ रहा हूं और रितु भी मुझे आज ज्वाइन करने वाली थी बट ड्यू टू सम family things she is not able to join us, but मैं हूँ यहाँ पे आपके साथ और ऋतु आने वाले हफ्तों में जरूर आएगी हमारे साथ शो करने के लिए। और इतने दिनों के बाद आपसे जुड़ने के लिए जो खुशी मुझे मिल रही है, I really missed you guys a lot, and I hope you missed me too. And I'm looking forward to bringing some more exciting shows in the coming months. And the spring weather is here. The beautiful spring cherry blossom just went through Washington D.C. पेड़ों में पत्ते आ रहे हैं, धूप निकली हुई है, गर्मी हो रही है. तो we'll bring a lot of excitement during the summer. तो आज का जो प्रोग्राम है जो मैं लेके आया हूँ, दिस इज फॉर अ वेरी गुड कॉज, बिकॉज कई बार होता है कि हम लोग अपना साथी ढूंढते हैं और कई लोग जो इस उम्र में हैं जो साथी ढूंढ रहे हैं, तो दे गो थ्रू मल्टीपल डेटिंग साइट्स एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। और एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है हिंदू विवाह करके, विच इज अ नेशनल वॉलंटियर रन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन that is helping Hindu singles meet and form a relationship leading towards matrimony and catering to Hindu singles in the US and Canada. Or it is a volunteer run organization. They basically started working to see through how to bring the people together in a form, basically forming that relationship and leading to matrimony as such. And eventually it continued to grow, and coming May 6th they're having a conference कहिए event कहिए here in Washington DC. तो जब उन्होंने मुझसे इसके बारे में बात की तो I got really excited to understand who they are, what they do, what to expect, etc. So I started asking those questions to one of my friend who is part of this organization. तो उन्होंने कहा क्यों नहीं हम एक शो करें जिससे कई लोगों को उत्सुकता होगी इसके बारे में, तो इसके बारे में डिस्कस कर सकेंगे। तो आज के शो में मैं लेके आ रहा हूँ हिंदू विवाह के मेंबर्स को, जो हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं हमें बताने के लिए कि हिंदू विवाह क्या है, कैसे बना, क्या करते हैं वो लोग। तो नमस्ते टू एवरीवन।
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते।
हाय शालिनी, हाय राम,
नमस्ते।
हाय शशि, हाय विनोद।
नमस्ते राजीव जी।
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर टेकिंग आउट टाइम ऑन थर्सडे इवनिंग एट 8 o'clock। खाना वाना खा के सब लोग बैठे हैं और हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। सो I'm really excited to talk to you guys about हिंदू विवाह, क्योंकि मेरे भी कुछ दोस्त हैं जो they are divorced or widowed or something, and I when I talk to them I find struggle from them finding right mate, as well as when I see number of youngsters also, who are looking for the mate, for friends, getting into relationship, getting into matrimony. And I do hear some challenges from them also. And sometimes it's a challenge about कहाँ मिलें इन लोगों को, कैसे मिलें इन लोगों को. And they're going through number of websites, etc., where they can't even know exactly who the person is other than the few words that are written about that person. So it is a kind of a challenge for people who are looking for the right match. uh, तो uh, तो हिंदू विवाह ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है वो बहुत ही भला अच्छा काम कर रही है लोगों के लिए। तो सबसे पहले तो जो शशि जी हैं जो नेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं हिंदू विवाह के, शशि जी आपसे मैं पूछना चाहूंगा कि ये हिंदू विवाह है क्या? प्लीज टेल अस मोर अबाउट दिस हिंदू विवाह ऑर्गेनाइजेशन.
So
When and
Hindu
how was
Vivah
it
is
started? How many events do you guys do, etc., etc.?
so Hindu Vivah is a not-for-profit, which is slightly different from non-profit. Non-profit implies कि 501c है, हमारे पास 501c नहीं है अभी फिलहाल, लेकिन हम लोग not for profit हैं. That means our aim is not to make profit. हम लोग कभी अपने ऑडियंस को चार्ज नहीं करते हैं कुछ फीस, हम लोग फ्री में करते हैं ये इवेंट्स. और टू डेट वी हैव डन अबाउट 80 इवेंट्स. हम लोग 5.5 साल पहले अगस्त 2017 में हमारी पहली इवेंट हुई थी. Our first event was in Dallas. And since then, we've done that many events. And my guess is if you take a 150 average or something like that per event, You can calculate how many people have gone through our system. Some have gotten married. So yeah, we do it completely for free, and we love to provide a platform which currently lacks in our society for singles to connect. So this platform really helps people connect. There's a lot of platforms that are static, like they go and see somebody's static picture and information. Ours is more dynamic. We don't do static matching. What we don't do is you send us your profile and then we match it with somebody. We let you speak with the person yourself, either in person or on Zoom.
तो शशि जी, सबसे पहले तो क्वेश्चन कि हाउ ओल्ड इज दिस, हाउ डिड इट गेट स्टार्टेड, व्हाट मोटिवेटेड? क्योंकि सबसे पहले तो लाइक इंसान सोचता रहता है, बैठे रहते हैं, हम गप्पे मारते रहते हैं कि ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए. तो हाउ डिड दिस आइडिया इवन इंक्यूबेट एंड हाउ डिड यू गाइस अबाउट डूइंग इट, और कितने साल हो गए हैं आपको?
Yeah, so about 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago, we thought of doing this. Finally, we did our first event in August of 2017, about 5.5 years ago. So everywhere you go, our friends who are parents of young people were saying the same thing. Hey, my kid cannot, my young grown-up daughter or son is working, everything is fine, they're settled, can't find somebody appropriate. So we saw this problem everywhere. Then we realized there's no proper platform to make people meet. So we decided to create a platform, and we decided to do it as a seva and do it for free.
So it has been going on for 5.5, 6 years or something. So before I go and talk to other folks, Shashiji, tell me about the success rate about this organization.
So success rate is very hard to measure for the following reason. When people meet at our event, they like each other. Normally in this country, for that to lead to a marriage can take anywhere between, typically between 1 and 2 years. So by the time the marriage happens, they've forgotten who introduced them. So we don't get feedback from every marriage that happened. But I'll tell you what, our very first event in Atlanta, Georgia, a second generation gentleman from a Telugu background, he met a first generation, uh, so, first generation young lady who had just come from India not too long ago, and they got married. Now, this last week, I got a call. Somebody from San Francisco, a Punjabi kid, found a Gujarati kid who lives in Columbus, and they're getting married, calling to thank me. Well, the point is, these folks would never meet each other. Very unlikely they would meet each other because they're from slightly different backgrounds. They live in different places. So now, when it comes to success rate, the only unit of measure we have is typically we have two kinds of events: Zoom-based events and in-person events. In-person events, we have a lot more people attend. Our capacity is about 200. In those, we average about 70 two-way matches. We only connect people when there's a two-way match. You asked for her and she asked for you. In our Zoom-based event, which are smaller, about 55 people, we typically average about 30 two-way matches. So we do have a lot of matches. We just don't get feedback on how many of them actually got married because they kind of forget 2 years later that we introduced them.
Ah. But that is good to know also, that when you're meeting in person as such, you're able to match up the people and know exactly what the match is like. So leading from that, talking about the events and things like that, where the actual meeting of the peoples happen, I want to talk to Vinod and Ram that there's an event coming up on May 6th in Maryland. So uh, for that event, tell us a little bit more about that event, and then we will talk about who can register, how they can register, etc., etc., all the things that people may have questions about. But first of all, I would like to know more about what is going to be happening on May 6th and where. And I'll let
So
Vinod,
this
Ram,
is
whoever
going to
wants to start.
be in a ISKCON temple, Hare Krishna temple in Potomac, Maryland. And it started from 2 o'clock. So right now people are registering on Hindu Vivah website, and they will come to the temple in Potomac, Maryland. And then we'll verify that they are the same people, those registered. And then we will have that event over there. We'll provide them all the basic needs like and refreshments and all these things. As Sasi said, it's free of cost. We're not charging anything, and we're hoping to they come and find their soulmate, and they go happy and then prefer other people for other events.
So, is
So,
there a
Rajiv,
age limit for doing the registration? How does that work out, the matching of the age groups?
so I can explain that. Our Shalini has been through a few of our events, so she knows. So the in-person events are open to any ages. So, but age is a reality. Typically, a 25-year-old shows no desire to meet a 50-year-old. So, with that in mind, we usually divide our in-person events into approximately three age groups, and within the age group, everybody has to meet everybody.
Hmm.
Okay, they don't have a choice. So we do what's called a speed dating or round robin within the age group. So we use a timer, and everybody meets everybody within that age group for 3 minutes. And then, of course, when this round robin or the speed dating is done, then we serve refreshments, and then everybody across age groups can meet each other. Like, for example, if my age group was divided 32 and below, then the 31 or a 30 or 28, who am I to say what age should meet who? But they're free to go meet people in the other age group that they did not meet for 3 minutes, whoever they like. There's no restriction on that.
Okay. So, what preparation should singles do when they come to this event? How should they prepare themselves?
So Shalini can probably answer that better than anybody. She's been to a few of our events. She's
Well, I
happily
mean,
married now, by the way.
hi. Yes, yeah, definitely. I
Congrats,
have
Shalini.
been. I mean, to prepare, you have to have an open mind of meeting, any participants. Also, if each participant has their checklist and they're only focused on that, then there won't be a way for you to meet, for that single to meet another person. The goal is to, just see what's in the environment, just check it out. It's good to meet people. I know nowadays it's all about the other dating apps also, and you can swipe left and right, but here it's, you don't have to reach out individually through social media or through the dating apps, but here it's more just having an open mind, and just, asking open-ended questions also.
Okay. So now, Shalini or Shashi or anyone, uh, if if someone is in the age group of 50, 55, 60, or something like that, who registers for the event and hoping to find the someone right as a companion, uh, do you guys inform them if you think your registrant doesn't have the right age group for that person to be there for that particular day?
So I can take that question. I've done that many times. So we never say no to anybody. Okay. Now, if they call and ask us, hey, I'm 62 years old and should I come? How many people? Typically, the question is, how many people in my age group are registered?
Hmm.
We politely give them that exact number as of that moment, and they usually use that information to say, you know what, there's only one person in my age group. I'm driving 2 hours. I better not come. So it's their choice. And the other extreme also happens. There'll usually be one or two people that are 20 or 21. Even though we have said that 23 is the minimum age you need to be to register, people still show up. People still register that are 20 and 21. We politely tell them, look, the next oldest person of the matching gender, opposite gender to you, if you're a guy that's 21, the youngest lady is 27. Do you really want to bother coming and spending your time? If they still insist, that everybody is welcome. We get the same punya marrying anybody. So we love all these singles, but typically we give that information to them, and most times they say, you know what, let me come in for the next event.
I think the more question I like redirected from the same thought is, as you said, like if a 62-year-old, right, registers and you guys look at the other registrants kind of a thing, but at least they're able to be part of your organization as such, right? So is there anything like, so I'm hypothetically taking a 62-year-old comes for the Maryland thing happening on May 6th, they register, Ram and Vinod and all, you guys look at the people who are registering, figure out that you don't have really anyone over the age of 40 who has registered for that particular event. But that person, though may not be coming, is still going to become part of your database or your interest group, so that if you do find other group matching kind of going on, you'll be able to introduce that person to the right people, right?
So we do not make personal introductions, but what we will do is we'll analyze our database and see, wait a minute, we have 60 people that are between 55 and 58. We will impromptu decide to announce an event for that age group, and we'll
Okay.
text all of them or email all of them. And we just did that. For example, we just noticed a lot of physicians signed up. So we did an
Uh-huh.
event just for physicians. We noticed a lot of people came to our events that were 48, 50, and they were previously married with kids. And right or wrong, they were not able to find matches. And, some of the people that did not have kids, they were not married, but they did not have kids. They didn't want to associate with them, right or wrong. I mean, that's their judgment. So we decided to have an event. And next weekend, we are having an event for people that are 45 to 54 that were previously married and have kids, because they have
Okay.
as much of a right to find a partner. And we love to help them. We love to help everybody. So we're trying to find, you give me a criteria that enough people will show up, I'll do an event for that. Or, Hindu Vivah will
Okay.
do an event for that. So for example, we are noticing that a lot of people are signing up that are saying vegan. So if we find now, one thing we do not like on our Zoom events is have a very wide age range. If you have an age range of 25 to 55, then the 25-year-old is wasting their time, talking to the 55. In most cases, again, the love at first sight that could happen between two extreme age groups. I'm no one to judge that. But our customers tell us they don't like that. They do not want to meet somebody way outside their age group. That's just a natural thing. Uh, so if we see a special interest, hey, we are singers. If I see enough singers that are within a 6 or 8 year age range, we will float an event for them, because we
Okay.
want matches to happen. And a similar interest people are more likely to match and marry than people that are completely opposite.
Okay. I have a question. I have a question for Shalini, and I have a question for Ram. So, Shalini, I'll start with you first.
Sure.
Um, uh, from the youth perspective, right? And I'm taking a lot of hypothetical thing which you can bring it to the reality to the
Sure.
ground level. Kids coming who are like maybe 27, 28, 30, 32, kind of, these are youth, young kids, right?
Yes. Yes.
Who they know in themselves that they have not found the right match yet. Uh, the right chemistry has not happened. But at the same time, do you see them openly coming for these kind of events? And how do you make them feel comfortable in these events? Because they may be thinking as an ego, right? I'm going to this event and trying to show that, oh, I didn't find a right match or something. But it's
Mhm.
really a good event where they can find certain people of interest that they have not even thought about. So,
Yeah.
how do you find the right balance between those two?
Well, to answer your first question, Uncle, the 27, 28-year-olds, they're just getting their feet wet. They have no idea what they're looking for. So it's best that they come, they have fun, they get a chance to meet the people and just bring out the personalities also. I have been to many events in Dallas, Atlanta, and New Jersey also. And I actually had been going since I was 27 years old. So I did have my list, but I went with an open mind. And it was best to just meet people over there, see what you're interested in, what you're looking for. And then, during the social, during refreshments and lunchtime, you get a chance to meet anybody and everybody. Of course, like, the age, it's sometimes a little scary to ask, like, oh, how old are you, hurting their feelings or um, insulting them. But this is a way of getting to know that, okay, what age range am I looking forward to? And then to answer your second question, they need to, it's good to be pushed a little by the parents. Of course, parents are not allowed, but if that single person goes with their friends who also register, then it can be a good thing or a bad thing too. But if that because you and your friend are interested in the same person, then then it's a little harder. But it's just being pushed a little instead of having to pay hundreds of dollars and creating ads on different newspapers for matrimony also, versus going to these events for free. And people even buy they buy airline tickets just to fly out to these events also. So
Yeah.
why, when they're actively looking already on speed dating apps, this is a way of reaching out and seeing that what else is out there too.
Right, because uh, I want to connect two dots here. Um, Maryland event is happening, right,
Yes.
on May 6th. A number of Maryland people will be here who may get interested in coming for the event,
Mhm.
but they may have a commitment on May 6th for which they're not able to come to this particular event on May 6th. But they are interested in Hindu Vivah. They're interested in is your concept about Hindu Vivah. They want to get engaged and involved.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you guys will have some kind of an opportunity for these people to say, I'm not able to attend this event, but I'm interested in the overall concept of Hindu Viva, and I want you to register me in so that if something is happening in West Virginia or New Jersey, New York, or any neighborhood kind of a thing, I would be very interested in going attending that particular session.
Of course. I mean, now, there's so many more events that, if one person can't come to Maryland event, there's another event happening in a different city also. They can go to hinduvivah.org, www.hinduvivah.org, and just register as a member, and they will get all the emails with all the events that are coming up also.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah,
they can go
I
to
think
they can go on the website. They can even go on our social media on Facebook and Instagram also. And it's all become, it has become word of mouth. There has been advertisements, and one auntie would talk to another auntie who would say that, oh, I want my son to come to this event. And if it's all about having an open mind. And I know it's a scary feeling, but it's just making new friends. If you're just there to have fun also. I know we're always, as a participant, when I would go to the events, I would be scared too, but it's just all about just reaching out and saying hi. That's it.
so. It's hinduvivah.org.
Yes, the website is www.hinduvivah.org, or they can go on Facebook and Instagram also.
Okay, cool. Ram, a quick question for you.
बोलो
So May 6th, I like it, बोलो. ये ऑफिस की मीटिंग नहीं है. राम इज लाइक ओके ठीक है बोलो क्या बोलना है. तो क्वेश्चन तुम्हारे लिए है राम कि May 6th को जो इवेंट हो रहा है, the same situation that I just talked to Shalini about, that someone maybe from New Jersey who could not attend any of those sessions and decides to come to the Maryland one. So how are you guys, do you guys provide accommodations? How do you provide the logistical information to them? Anyone coming out of town to attend the May 6th session?
No, very good question. तो पहले तो मैं कहूँगा कि राजीव आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
Thank you.
कि
Thank you so
आपने
much.
ये इवेंट रखा है. And this is such a wonderful topic. अगर मैं राजू को मैं 31 साल से जानता हूँ. उन्होंने हमको डांस सिखाया है, स्टेज पे लेके गए, उनके साथ ड्रामा किया, और पहली बार जो है फेसबुक लाइव पे भी लेके आए हैं. तो राजू के साथ तो हम बहुत ही काम करते रहते हैं. HIV एड्स के इसमें भी इन्वॉल्व हैं, सूप किचन में भी इन्वॉल्व हैं, और ये नया प्लेटफॉर्म जब मिला है, तो आपने एक बात छेड़ी थी शशि जी से कि मोटिवेशन.
हाँ.
मोटिवेशन इज लाइक ए प्लेजर पिल. प्लेजर पिल कहाँ से आती है?
हाँ.
तो ये प्लेजर पिल जो है वो हैप्पीनेस जो है, व्हेन वॉलंटियरिंग कम्स, दैट पीपल गेट ग्लूड एंड दे कम to volunteering and help the people, and all the people you see on the screen. And then there are a lot of people who are behind the screen. They are volunteering their time and their resources for the community. तो प्लेजर की बात अगर कहें तो आपको अगर ड्रामा देखते हो तो हैप्पीनेस होती है, ड्रामा में काम करते हो तो बहुत ज्यादा हैप्पीनेस होती है, और कहीं हेल्प करते हो, तो वो जो खुशी होती है वो आपके साथ रहती है. एंड
हाँ.
दैट इज द मोटिवेशन दैट इज ड्राइविंग एवरीबडी टू हेल्प आवर कम्युनिटी, सो दैट दे कैन कम टुगेदर एंड मीट.
So
अगर हम
when someone is
अपने
coming from out of town, Ram, so they reach out to you, they reach out to hinduvivah.org, and then they
आई थिंक
connect you, kind of a thing. How do they go about making themselves feel comfortable in Maryland when they come from somewhere
आई थिंक
else?
आई थिंक दिस इज ए वेरी वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. तो देखो, मेरे को पिछले 2-3 हफ्ते से आई एम गेटिंग एटलीस्ट 2-3 कॉल्स एवरी डे, एंड मेनी ऑफ दीज कॉल्स आर आउट ऑफ स्टेट.
Hmm.
People who have registered, they have registered at least 2 or 3 states away. They will be coming, and we want to do as much we can to make them feel comfortable कि वो यहाँ पे आए. हमारा मंदिर, हम इस्कॉन के भी बहुत बहुत आभारी हैं, जिन्होंने पूरा हॉल अवेलेबल कर दिया है. और नॉट ओनली दैट, दे सेड आपको जो भी चाहिए, वी विल गिव इट टू यू, व्हाटएवर यू वांट. और जब हमने कहा कि भाई ये इवेंट हम करना चाहते हैं, वो बोले एक ही बार क्यों कर रहे हैं, हर महीने इवेंट करो. सो दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ एनकरेजमेंट वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द कम्युनिटी. And people coming from the outside, we think a lot of these guys are in US. There are a lot of hotels nearby. But if somebody, as Shalini said, it is very expensive, feel free to call me or call Vinod, and we'll make sure that if people coming from long distance and you need to stay here, we'll find a place to put you up.
Wow,
No,
wow,
no
that's
problem,
lovely.
no issues. We
That's a big
want
heart.
to be a grahasti. And अगर हमारे हिंदू इसके हिसाब से देखें, बुक्स के हिसाब से देखें, गृहस्थी is considered to be the most important phase in life. अपनी जो 4 अवस्थाएं हैं, उसमें गृहस्थी जो है most important, because there you are allowed to do artha and kama. You can earn and you can enjoy, you can spend. So we want all of you guys to get into this grahastha ashram.
Wow.
And enjoy your life. Take क्या बोलते हैं उसको, take risk, because everybody who comes to this event is so successful, and they have taken so many risks
So,
every step of the way,
तो
going
राम
to
जी, मैं भी हाथ खड़ा कर रहा हूं कि अगर कोई आ रहा है और आपको जगह की जरूरत है, तो हमारा घर भी खुला है आपके आपके लोगों को अकोमोडेट करने के लिए. तो वी वॉलंटियर आल्सो.
देयर यू गो. मैं वॉलंटियरिंग की यही बात कर रहा था कि भाई इतनी प्रसन्नता होती है, इतना आनंद होता है कि लोग दिल खोल देते हैं.
वाह. तो एक शालिनी सा क्वेश्चन है मेरा.
Mhm.
I'm playing kind of a small table tennis here between Ram and
Sure.
Shalini or something. So Shalini, the question for you is, give us, make it exciting. Give us a day in a life of kind of a thing when those people come for on May 6th or something. How does the event look like? Are you organizing games? Are you organizing icebreakers and things like that? You are the youth, right, of the group here.
Yeah.
हम बूढ़ों के बीच में आप बैठे हो.
No, of course. No, everyone's young here. It's great. But after attending so many events, the volunteers do so much just to make sure that the singles are having a fun time. Sab pire hai, sab kha rahe hai aaram se. That's all that matters, right? As long as, because after 2 hours of talking nonstop, you're hungry and you want water. But once you enter, once you enter the room, there's a table already lined up. They have to, match your, once you register, you have to match your driver's license or any form of ID with registration. Then you are put into, there are 4 chairs to a table that are in rows where 2 girls and 2 guys sit on opposite sides based on their age range also. And then, once everybody has sat down, then the host will say that, hey, this is what we're focusing on. This is, you have 3 minutes to talk to each other. This is going to go on, round robin will go on for about an hour. So the girl stays and Sashi Uncle, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The girls stay, the guys rotate, either to left or right, depending on whatever the host says. First, you do Gayatri Mantra, to start it off also. And then they will keep reminding, the host will keep reminding, like, hey, you have 3 minutes, then Ganti bajti hai, right? Okay, Ganti baji, time to move.
दिल
And
दिल
so,
की दिमाग की घंटी या एक्चुअली घंटी टाइम की
Actual
घंटी
ghanti. We actually do actual ghanti.
yeah,
एक्चुअल
yeah.
घंटी
And then and the host has to be there to make it fun and make it lively, because everybody gets tired. People remember only the first 5 people who they spoke to. So then after an hour is when we do refreshments, lunch, snacks, drinks, whatever. And then afterwards some of the games that we have are matching game, where we give, we put people into groups. One group has actors' names and what they were in that movie, and then another group with film names, and then they have to match it also with whoever has that piece of slip. Another game is we do icebreaker questions. Do you like outdoors more, indoors more? Are you into whiskey or beer? Just something fun. And then we'll have games where, because people have to talk to each other, right? So then afterwards, it depends on the environment. If people still want to continue talking, then we'll leave it at that, or we'll continue another round robin also.
Okay.
And then a lot of people are really interested. So then what we have, someone like me, I had initiated an after event mixer where we would just go to a restaurant or to a bar, and there's about 30-40 of us that would just go and sit there and just be more in a different environment and just talk to each other, and have and there's no alcohol at the in the Vivah
Yep.
events, no alcohol
Mhm.
at all. Everything is vegetarian also. There's no meat dishes. It's all snacks, something that can fulfill everybody's hunger, something easy.
Mhm.
And all the volunteers, they order it, prepare it, whatever, but they make sure all the singles are well fed and taken care of and have that energy too.
I like that. I really like that. You feed them well so they're energized and motivated to continue to find the right
Yeah.
match.
I mean, I remember all these events I've been to, probably even at the hotel. It used to be at the hotel, now it's at the Mandir, so it's perfect. And we would get Subway or pizza or fruits or water and Capri Sun or juice boxes. I mean, as a member, I would just see everything. And then now as a volunteer, I definitely commend everybody for putting the hard work and finding the place. And I truly appreciate it too, because when you're on the other side versus as a member, you can see everything from both sides. But and then afterwards, yes, after the event is over, then you get an email saying that, hey, you matched with this person, or you're going to match with this person, and then it's your responsibility if you choose to call that person also.
Okay. Okay. Wow, I'm feeling like a university admission as such kind of a thing, and all the matching going on. Vinod, quick question for you. दो क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए. एक तो timing of the event as such, and also the dress code of the event. So Shalini, when she was talking about all the food and the drinks and vegetarian thing and no alcohol, etc., मेरे दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन आने लगा, अगर मैं जा रहा होता इस इवेंट के लिए तो किस तरह से सज धज के जाता है ताकि I can find my right match, etc. So, what is the dress code for the event, and what time is the event on May 6th?
So just to start with what Salini is saying, for lunch and soft drink or water, they all things will be free. Not only registration, but also food and all the things.
So,
will be
let me
free.
tell all the viewers, registration is free. You have,
And
if you're single and trying to find the right match, you have nothing to lose but to register and show up for the event. Have a good time. You get free food, free drinks, Coca-Cola and things like that, not alcohol, and, and a free good time, and hopefully the right place at the right time to find the right match. Sorry, Vinod, go
and
continue.
also I know from my experience, if you try, then you have more chances to find somebody. If you don't try, don't even come, they have no chance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yep.
event will start 2 o'clock. Try to come a little early,
Hmm.
and we'll provide you some light snacks, and then get comfortable. I know many people are coming from far distance, and it's a pretty nice location, nice area, very big facility, and get comfortable. And I know some people might have a suitcase because they're just coming from the flight. So no problem, come as you like, and will volunteer will try to help you as much as you can to make you comfortable. We understand that you're single and then you're coming from distance and all, so we will make you everything possible to make you comfortable in Maryland. So and then we'll we will have a event, and after that you will get all the time to meet each other, and it's a big facility and you can hang out, and there is a nearby, not too far, maybe a couple of miles, there is a place, Potomac Village, and they have a lot of restaurant fast food over there. So if you want to go there, you can guys go over there. So that's about it. And then depending, I think we're saying till 5 o'clock, Sasiji, is that right? The event?
Yes, 2 to 5 is plenty of time to do everything. But
Yeah,
usually 3 hours, they have had enough time to meet and everything.
right.
और कपड़े क्या पहन के आए?
Kapade, you know that, right? You're going to trying to meet somebody, right? I mean, I'll do try my best.
Okay.
So I think
I
everybody
think that
thinks the
answer
same way,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because they're coming to the ISKCON temple and things like that, I just wanted to make sure that there's a dress code or no dress code, or just dress up sharp to impress, kind of a thing, dress to impress, and hopefully find the right match. So, with that question, Shajiji, I have a question for you. What happens if someone does find, like someone, not finds, but like someone in the event? What happens next, and how do they proceed?
Okay, if I can add a few more important pieces of information to that question, it'd be helpful for the viewers. First of all, Shalini alluded to this, but everybody at an in-person event like the Maryland event will have a badge. And in the badge, they will not put their last name. We do not want to influence people with what jati they are or what language they speak or what their background, just first names only. And then we do ask them to display their age properly, clear big letters. Same thing in the Zoom event, which is not the May 6th event is not a Zoom event, but in Zoom events, we only use first names and we display the age real clearly. As far as dress code, everybody's going to ask this question: do we wear Indian or Western? Our answer is you choose. Both are equally fine, but please do not wear shorts or skirts or slippers that are, casual slippers. Please look your best. So the words we like to use is business smart, business casual, those kind of dresses, not formal, not informal, and look your best, like Vinodji said. Uh, ID check is very important. No ID, you cannot get in because we don't know who you are. We are liable if we let somebody in, we don't know who you are, or your age is not verified. You're not welcome. You must show your ID. Now, we keep a record of who's been to our event. We do not do the ID check the second time. Their ID has been checked and they're fine. You asked me how will they select. So what will happen is they will be able to select from among the people that are there. And like, for example, one guy might say, I like these 5 ladies. Then those ladies in turn, only 3 of them will like him back. So about a day later, we will email them or let them know what their two-way matches were. We do not bother letting people know, hey, you liked her, but she didn't like you. That we do not do because that causes issues. So the two-way matches will be relayed to them approximately within a day of the event ending.
Okay. And there is a question, and I'll let Shashiji take or someone take. That if you can, they asked me if you can ask what's the age group, what's the definition of the age group, or what are the age groups?
Well, it really depends. We will look at who has registered and who actually shows up, and we will divide them into age groups so that there's balance. Like, for example, typically our age groups are 32 and below, and this is not always the case. Between 33 and 40, and then 41 and above. But if we see that there are too many ladies in one, too many guys in one, we might do 26 and 29 for the ladies, and 26 and 31 for the guys. We move it around, but normally we are able to divide them into 3 age groups.
Okay.
Oh, one more very important thing. So this is a cultural issue. In India, it is assumed that when the guy is going to go meet the girl, the parents are going to be there. So I was not aware of this cultural issue, and I had some upset clients that said, "How dare you not let me enter with my daughter? Because in India, this is normal." So they assume that's the case. So we said, "We are very sorry. We do not mean to be disrespectful of our own culture, because I'm from that culture. But in this country, I have to decide between the lesser of the two evils. I would love to accommodate the parent accompanying his daughter or his son. Uh, but on the other hand, I'm going to have a lot more young people born in the US, raised in the US, get mad at me for letting that happen."
So
Okay.
that raises a question, Shashiji. You brought the thing about born and raised in US, but the number of the first immigrant, first generation coming in, they're also looking for the right match, and then many a times the matches do happen very well between the first generation and the born and raised in this country.
Yes.
I know there are differences, thought differences, all those kind of things. So I'm assuming that these conferences, these events are open for all of them, right?
Yes, everybody is welcome. Now, we will sometimes do an event where, for example, on January 27th, we had a Zoom based event, which was for those raised in the US and Canada only. When I say US, I always mean US and Canada, because to us, they're both the same for this purpose, for our purposes. So that event, and the definition we did was, hey, most of your life, at least three-fourths of it, you've spent in the US. So we had a very full house, and we had 50 spots, and we had 85 people show up. So there's a huge demand for all kinds of special interest, and we'll accommodate all of those as long as there's enough population that can fill a room. The idea
Okay.
is to let people with common interest meet so that relationships can happen. So we everybody's welcome to come in, all people from all immigration backgrounds, uh, you know but but we do special events for special purposes also, if there's a need, if people ask for that.
So,
Something I can add is that I am raised here in USA. I'm born and raised in here in USA, and every event I have been to since 2017, it's always been either citizens or anyone that comes from India also. And we just have to have I always had an open mind. I always met guys who came from India like a few months ago or from a few years ago also. But it's just all about like us connecting with them and not judging them and not judging anybody. If somebody wants someone only straight from India, you can say I'm an ABCD too, right? And if they want someone truly Indian, that's fine too. But it's everybody's preference also. And I was open, and it turns out I met my match through another. I've met my husband through another platform also, but I still became active with Hindu Vivah too. Because it's still dear to my heart. And the thing is, when you do meet somebody, maybe not from the same background that you grew up in, it's always good to just have an open mind. I mean, I know I've been stressing it, but I cannot enunciate it as much, knowing that the next generation, even right now, I have seen is that, oh, I don't want somebody who came from this country just like a few years ago. Also, I want someone with the same background as me, because our thinking is the same too. But and the thing is, I have made friends through Hindu Viva also.
mhm.
If they were not my match, then we just became friends, and then later on, we can always introduce other candidates to those people too.
Good.
Yeah, so
And
Shalini used us as for practice grounds, and then she finally signed up with a different agency that found her soulmate. So,
but the good thing is that through that round, she practiced with you, found somewhere else, but she's back to you guys, volunteering and trying to help others find the right matches from however platform. Because at the end of the day, it is a happiness to see someone who does find
yes,
the right match and
absolutely.
live on happily thereafter, kind of thing. Ram, question for you. So May 6th, people who are coming in and who are registering, first of all, just one more time, you can tell them how to register and what is expected from the people attending singles who are registering for this event.
Okay. Um, So people are coming for this event, which is on May 6th at ISKCON Potomac Temple, Hare Krishna Temple in Washington, D.C. Bring with you uh, driver's license. That is the best thing. It has a name and it has your birth date. So that way it can be verified, your name and date of birth. Um, Come prepared for the event. Um, be your best, dress best, or uh, make it memorable, make it happy event. And when you come here, just don't think about anything. Just be happy, be in the good and cheerful mind, and that will set the stage. The volunteers are here to help. We have number of volunteers to register you in, prepare your name, write the age on the slip that you will put on, and just have a good time. Nothing is lost, as you said, and we are reiterating, the event is free. Um, so do come. There is khana. You will be meeting the people of your age group, and if nothing else, you'll make a good friends. So just to tell a little bit, I have a son who is 34 years old. He has been gone to a number of singles event which are called Ray. In this Ray, the number of people go, they have all become very good friends. Uh, Now we all want the outcome that we are looking for, but when I talked to him, he said he is very happy, and now he has a friend in every state. So come with that mindset. Come happy. Come to enjoy, and good things will happen.
Yep.
One
And
thing I can add also, every event I would go to, either me or there's somebody, some leader who likes to take initiation that would, initiate an event afterwards, either at a bar or a restaurant, and we would just go hang out there because it's a different environment. You get to have people who drink alcohol or don't drink alcohol. You can have anything and still have dinner over there too. And then you do want to dress for success. Anywhere you go, you always dress for success. So it's better that you can wear Indian kapde or you can wear American clothes also. And then the after event mixer usually, between 50 to 60 people, there's always one or two people that will initiate it and just call ahead of time and then somehow create a group of those singles and say that, hey, you know what, let's meet up around 6 or 7 p.m. At a bar or a restaurant. And then from there, it just leads from there too. And then eventually, if people like each other, they'll tell Hindu Vivah and, make sure that we get informed and something great comes out of it. All we do, the main goal is that we just want to we want to introduce everyone to each other. That's the initial phase. If no one's willing to reach out, we are the ones who reach out to you, initial phase, and get those singles to meet one another, and then they can take the next step.
Because
Rajiv, just I wanted to add, go to www.hinduvivah.org and register. And we have, for this upcoming event, in-person event in DC area, we have more than 90 people already registered. We are encouraging more women to register, more girls or young people to register. Chicago event had close to 250 people. Folks, all the Raju's friend and all the Raju's follower who are following, go ahead and register. Let's beat Chicago.
Yeah, wow, that's excellent. मेरी इज्जत का सवाल आ गया है दोस्तों. No, I would encourage in a different way. The singles in this area, irrespective of your age group, irrespective of the situation, if you're single and you're looking for a match, uh, and I know many of them would be hanging out at different match sites as such. This one is hinduvivah.org is a very unique concept that I've heard and got more details today. So everyone in the DC area and around, if you're looking for the match, you have an opportunity, please register and at least experience it out. You guys have been doing it in other places, other sites also. Why not give this a try? Because this will be different and this will be unique. That's the way I'm feeling it talking to you guys. And before I close out, समय कैसे निकल जाता है यार जब हम लोगों ने planning की थी, we said we'll talk about 30 minutes or so. We have been talking almost for 45-50 minutes. I've not even looked at the clock. My laptop clock is also not visible to me, so I have no idea कितना time हुआ है. But दो question है, and then you guys can decide and how you want you guys to do it. Uh, First question is, Shalini, I may ask you this question.
Sure.
You have been attending a number of these events as a volunteer or something. You have been watching people connect and at the bar, at the event, all those kind of things. Have you, or give us some good anecdotal information about where you would have seen love at first sight happened at hinduvivah.org, which went on to become a success?
Well, Shashi Uncle did mention that the couple that when I was in Atlanta a few years ago, I think in 2018, yeah, in 2018 I was in Atlanta. There was a couple who met through Hindu Viva in 2017 who got married, and they were the guest speakers, and it was just mind blowing. I said, "Oh my gosh, this can definitely work." But one couple that, or I know one thing that really stood out to me, I was in Austin. I was in Austin at one of the events at the Barsana Dam. This is Austin, Texas, and there was a guy and girl. They were really interested in each other. I'm like a bubbly personality, so they came up to me and they said, "Hey, we really like each other. Can you pursue it further for us?" And I think I was the MC that evening also. And I said, they knew they liked each other. They just didn't know how to go for it. So I said, okay, all right, person A, you know what? This girl really likes you. Why don't you guys go out for coffee or at least go for a smoothie and, see how it goes from there. And they're like, oh, we don't know what to say. And I said, just ask, you just have to ask, like, are you more of a coffee person or chai person or tea person? Just simple questions like that. And I don't know anything. I don't know what happened after that, but you can see it with their body language. You can see it with their eyes also that they're genuinely interested in that person, and they will go separately from the group to go to go out for another date also.
Sneak out, sneak out.
They'll sneak out, yes. Because I was we had an event in Houston, Texas, in February, where it's been, since the pandemic, it was our first event, right? And we've been doing the Zoom sessions. So this one, we had an after event mixer, and there was a guy and a girl who were really interested in each other. They came up to me and they said, hey, a lot of people are going to a bar afterwards, but we want to go somewhere else. What would you recommend since you're a local here? Turns out the guy is from Seattle and the girl is from she's from San Antonio. So you just never know.
Yeah, exactly.
It just depends on the communication. It depends on the body language. It depends how open you are, your personality. And all we do is we just, the parents can't force their kids to come if they don't want to. I'm sorry, just to be blunt about it, because we've had singles come and, they're just slumped out and they don't want to be there. But we encourage singles to come only if they want to, not because they're forced to.
So I would say, and there was a question, what day the event is at ISKCON Temple. So Sureshji, the event is on May 6th at ISKCON Temple from 2 to 5 o'clock so May 6th, Saturday. So just lost my train of thought. What I wanted to say was, if you're single, you're looking for the match or relationship, and the event May 6th, you are available. The event is free to register. you get free food, you get a socializing time to hang out with and make friends. As Ram said, if nothing else, you make a lot of good friends. You have nothing to lose. You're rolling a dice and very hopefully finding the right match at a particular event. So i- if you're nothing to lose, you're not even spending money, you're going and enjoying yourself, socializing with the people, like-minded people. I do not see any reason why you should not be registering and coming for this particular event. Go and
Can I add?
meet them.
Can I add, Rajiv ji, from a parent's point of view, and even from the single Hindu single points of view, they are going to a mandir. It's a safe space. What can go wrong there? You're in a
Right.
safe environment.
Yes.
It's a
Exactly.
serene environment. And then where else are you going to meet approximately 20 to 25 people of the opposite gender that are matched? Their ID is verified. They're not fraudsters. Their age is verified, and they have shown an interest in meeting somebody like you because you're from a similar background by the very fact that they've signed up for this event.
Yep,
And they're
exactly.
ready and available.
Nothing,
Ready and
nothing to
available.
lose. Nothing
Yeah.
to lose. You guys have done all the groundwork. You guys have provided the safe environment. You're volunteering for the good cause. You're thinking for the other people. You're making sure to bring smiles for other people. All they have to really do is register and show up. So I don't know what else can I say to motivate someone who's really looking for the right match to show up on May 6th.
Especially ladies, because there are about 70 gentlemen and about 25 ladies signed up. So the ladies, you have a huge choice of men to choose from if you show up and register. Think about that.
Perfect, perfect. One last question. Any one of you can pick this question up. Because it's a volunteer organization, you guys are doing it for free. I'm not even going to get into the funding and things like that because you guys all have the big hearts. I'm sure you would have found the way to fund this thing. But I would like to know, how can people sign up to volunteer to help you guys out, not only for May 6th, but also for all your future events as such.
Yeah, Shalini has our email. She can speak about that.
Sure. Yeah, the email address to reach out to is hinduvivahus@gmail.com. And that is our trusted email. So, if you want to volunteer or talk about or ask any questions, they can go to they can email at hinduvivahus@gmail.com or go to hinduviva.org where all the flyers are with everybody's phone number and email per event also, like Ram Uncle, Vinod Uncle is there. And they will be able to answer any questions that they have.
Excellent.
So we could use
Excellent.
MCs for our event. We normally like to use younger people for MCs. Nothing against old people, but they connect better with our younger audience clients. We could use mandir halls. If somebody's listening and they have a mandir hall available in Miami or New Jersey, and if you want to be part of this seva, please provide us a mandir hall elsewhere if you're listening. If somebody wants to donate and underwrite the food for our next event,
Yeah.
we can process that for you if you want to do that seva. So the possibilities are endless. If you want to do seva, what we can help you get done, please contact us.
आपने तो बैठे बैठे मेरा पत्ता काट दिया एमसी से, मैं क्या बोलूं.
We assumed you are such a VIP that you won't have time for us, Rajiv ji. We
Good,
automatically assume that. But if
good
you
comeback. Good
if you
comeback, Shashi ji.
step
Good
in and
comeback.
everybody else is out of the door. Everybody else is out of the door.
Good comeback. Good comeback. I will not compete with the youth. Let the youth take over that. But I'm not a bad MC, just FYI. But I
No,
cannot
you're
turn young.
great.
That for sure.
Oh, you're signed up for every one of our events all across the country if you agree to, but I have a feeling you're too busy. But see, one of the things the young people say is we want an organization that has the feel of somebody young. So most of the volunteers tend to be uncles and aunties. We haven't been able to rope in a lot of young volunteers yet. So in addition to amazing MCs like Rajiv ji, we want younger people to be our hosts and to be in the registration desk and everything if they can give us the time. That'll be
Yeah,
great.
no, I'm ready to compete in push-up, pull-ups, skipping, running, marathon challenges to prove that I can come and host as an MC.
Oh no, it'd be
Yeah,
great.
just just wanted to close out with a sense, little note of humor there, bring smiles on all of you people's face. So Thank you so much for your time, for talking about Hindu Vivah and the hinduviva.org is the website. You guys can visit that and get more information. May 6th, ISKCON Temple from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're single looking for the match, you've got nothing to lose, go ahead and register. But also, I would tell you, and this is just from my personal note as such, if you do register, please do show up. Don't show up thinking maybe jaunga nahi jaunga jaungi nahi jaungi, because the organizers are looking for those numbers and matchings and organizing and things like that. So if you do register, show up, but do register if you're free on that afternoon. You're looking for the right match, nothing to lose, good food, good company, good friends, and who knows, love at first sight can happen anywhere at any time. So with that, thank you so much, guys. Good night. Have a fantabulous weekend ahead. And I'll keep in touch with you guys. And all the best for May 6th event.
Thank you.
All
Namaste.
right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Namaste.
Bye. Bye.